on another edition of 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV with Daniela Piazzi. Let's get started with our latest local news topics. This week, the Prime Minister Mike Amon got a special visit from the Ambassador of the European Union to discuss a more involved partnership between Aruba and the EU. On Tuesday morning, Prime Minister Mike Amon received a special visit from the European Union Ambassador for Dutch offshore territories such as Guyana, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago. This diplomat is on the island to attend the Regional Conference of Ambassadors taking place right here in Aruba. During his meeting with Prime Minister Mike Amon, many topics were discussed, including plans for a more involved partnership in the future.
We spoke about future development and future cooperation, partnership between the EU and Aruba. We spoke about the option to have a green faculty in Aruba and how will be the modalities of financing such an institution in Aruba.
Over the course of the following 4 years, Mr. Videtek will be residing in the region, and he plans on visiting the island regularly and making use of the local EU house.
To see more cooperation in the area of research, education, in other areas, not only in terms of development of your infrastructure, but more to look into areas of where progress is made of added value to this partnership, and also to see how to better value the position of Aruba, which is strategic in this region. So, in fact, you are close to Venezuela and to the United States, and to see how to better use this position that you have here.
With Mr. Videtek being a main representative of the European Union in the region, he expressed his full support for Aruba's Green Initiative for 2020.
We also spoke about challenges of climate change, the effects of it, and how islands can play a very important role in this dialogue, discussions ongoing about the future of the planet. After the COP21 and the new SDGs, there will be new goals, will be sustainable goals for development, and the EU has funds to use to tackle this threat of the climate change and the rise of temperature. If the temperature rises, there is also the threat of the rising sea. So I think that the voices of the islands in the Caribbean have to be heard in the world arena, and the EU will, of course, support them in that.
Moving forward, this week, Aruba Bank debuted the island's first ATM machine where you can deposit cash and checks completely carefree and without the hassle of bank lines. It is finally here. This machine is a self-service terminal which enables you to deposit cash and checks at your convenience without any intervention of a branch officer. There is no need to fill in a deposit slip and stand in line at the teller or fill in a form or envelope. Simply deposit your cash through the smart deposit machine and your account will be instantly credited. For checks deposited before 4 p.m., it will only take 30 minutes. Moving forward, a key project in the agenda of the Ministry of Tourism is to push the development of St. Nicholas into the cultural and heritage capital of the island. Plans include opening and expanding more museums, architectural changes, and art in public spaces. The local artist Gilbert Senchi recently presented his artwork to the Tourism Ministry, representing the work ethic of the St. Nicholas community. The local artist Gilbert Senchi was born and raised in the St. Nicholas region. Therefore, this project is one close to his heart. His sculpture is a depiction of a St. Nicholas native woman named Lolita, a known figure in the community as an independent woman that raised 4 children on her own. This work of art will represent the hard-working community of St. Nicholas, but also the age of female entrepreneurs. This model will eventually be made life-size in bronze as a sculpture to welcome all who visit the region. The piece is expected to be debuted within the next 4 months. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with more 15 on 15 after a quick commercial break. When we come back from the break, find out why it is important not to only have your boarding pass for boarding, but also upon arrival. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. You may have never thought twice about throwing out your boarding pass once you get off your flight. I mean, it's useless, right? All we know is that without it you cannot board, but nobody said anything about holding on tight once you arrive at your destination. Well, the following video is going to prove us all wrong, because even though that ticket may seem worthless, it holds a lot more information than we think.
Are you Gary?
Yes.
I have all your information.
Wow.
It was a simple show and tell, an exercise to show just how vulnerable a traveler's personal information is if they're careless with their boarding pass. This QR code is on every boarding pass. If passengers drop it, leave it on the plane, or ditch it in an airport trash can, a hacker can use a bar scanning app on any smartphone to get your name, phone number, frequent flyer number, and flight information, all of which can be used to access an account and reset the PIN number.
So there's the laser. Do you mind if I scan this code? I want to show you something. Are you Linda?
Yes.
Okay. A hacker can use this to get all of your personal information from scanning that code.
And it's not limited to paper boarding passes. The scanner can also read QR codes off of a cell phone screen, so don't take a picture of it and tweet it or post it to Facebook or Instagram.
Did you know that was possible, ma'am?
No, not like that. Definitely not through an app, no. I think it's scary. Like, you never think about those things.
In other news, last week Mattel debuted the new image of Barbie, which has now been released with different body types, eye colors, skin tones, and hairstyles to fit the image of every little girl. But have you guys heard of Ken that also got a makeover? Well, not really, but Ellen DeGeneres did make a couple of suggestions. Check it out.
But it's just as important for boys to know that that men don't look like Ken either. That's not fair, that they have to live up to that image. Ken has never been updated, so he looks like he should be in Santa Monica someplace right now. I have some thoughts for the people at Mattel. Why not release some new Ken dolls that are more realistic, right? I have one suggestion, and take it or leave it. This is Dad Bod Ken. Right? Let's face it, eventually that six-pack is going to turn into a soft, hairy beer belly. And that's okay, that's all right. And socks and sandals are separately. Here's another idea. This is Tender Ken. And you can see that Ken says he's 6'3" on his profile, but he's 5'7". And if you swipe right, you'll also find out he's not 38, he's 64. All right, here's one more. This is Ponytail Ken. He's a little older, and he's shifting focus from his thinning hair and putting it where it needs to be at the nape of his neck. And just like Barbie, he bought a Corvette.
Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back with more 15 on 15 after a word from one of our sponsors. After the break, find out how you can become a charter member of the Toastmasters of the University of Aruba. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. Toastmasters is a non-profit organization that operates clubs worldwide for the purpose of helping members improve the communication, public speaking, and leadership skills. The island currently has 3 clubs and is pushing for a 4th at the University of Aruba. Although this organization is internationally respected and recognized, the majority of the Aruban community is not quite sure what this club is or does. So we went out to get you all of the details. Through its thousands of member clubs, Toastmaster International offers a program of communication leadership projects designed to help people learn the arts of speaking, listening, and thinking. Currently, the University of Curacao has 5 clubs in place, and the University of Aruba just did not want to be left behind. In today's day and age, simply public speaking and leadership skills are a crucial part of becoming successful.
If we actually mention a couple of well-known Toastmasters, we have Obama, we have Oprah, we had Batico Cruz, who was also a known Toastmaster. We have Tim Allen, who's a comedian. We have basketball stars. We have governors. We have presidents. It can actually gives you, each and every person looks for something different in Toastmasters. But the bottom line is, it's where leaders are made. Leaders that with Toastmasters get skills to be the followers, but not always the followers, but also the leaders. They can learn to lead people in everything. And how does it help you with your CV? Not only does it look good on your CV, but it also gives you the opportunity to expand.
The initial idea to start a club at the University of Aruba began when the student board of the school felt the need to develop the language skills of their fellow classmates. After several meetings taking place at the school itself, the university decided it was time to open their own club to the public.
It all started about a year ago when the new board of the student board started. We wanted to create a platform, a student board of the University of Aruba, where the students can practice their Dutch and their English. As we all know, Dutch and English are not always the first language of the students here at the University of Aruba. In order to do so, we decided to team up with the Toastmaster organization here in Aruba and see if we could create a Toastmaster club at the university itself, as this would be like the most convenient for the students in order for them to practice their public speaking and their leadership skills. It's been a year now, and I'm proud to say that we have come a long way. During the year, we held different meetings, open houses, demonstration meetings, and actual meetings from the clubs like Arikok, Aruba Toastmasters, and Yamanota, in order for the students and other people who are interested in developing their communication and leadership skills.
By starting their own club at the university, this means that the school will be put on the map of international clubs, bringing prestige to the school as a public club for any Toastmaster member from around the world to join, and also the possibility for the local members to compete in international speech contests.
We are going to help these graduates to acquire soft skills. How many times you have professionals, they don't know how to word themselves in a meeting, how to express themselves, or they have to address a crowd as a keynote speaker, or they have to attend or organize a workshop and they don't know how to express themselves publicly in front of a crowd. And basically to overcome any barriers, to build up self-confidence, your social context, the soft skills needed as far as expressing verbally, that's something that all of our students at University of Aruba would aspire to acquire. And the only best way to do that, just like riding a bike, is by practicing.
So if you are interested in finding out more about the University of Aruba Toastmasters Club, or just to become a charter member of this club, you can join the open house on Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. at the University of Aruba. Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending Aruba topics. Be sure to like our 15 on 15 Facebook and Instagram page for all of your latest news updates. Also, don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. See ya then.